All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with the former Unified Champion, and they say the Spice Girl Boxing, right? Mikaela Mayer will be fighting
I've heard that a
for
few times. I don't need it.
for the WBO welterweight title in New York, headlining against Sandy Ryan. First and foremost, I've been around the gyms. I've kind of seen this kind of materialize a little bit. I've heard a lot of stories about what may have happened here at this location and that. But depending on how far you want to go down and dig into the well and give to the world, like what happened? Like how did this whole entire situation transpire where you're a fighter trained by Coach K now facing a fighter trained by Coach K?
um, I mean, it's really not as it's just kind of pretty straightforward, right? Like Sandy started coming around. Um, I did not expect Coach K to take her on full time. I thought it was her being out there was a one-time thing. And when I was heading out to my Tasha Jonas fight, that's when he told me that week, I'm bringing Sandy in. I'm gonna let her train with Flick. I'm not gonna train her. And I'm like, Flick is your assistant coach. We all do everything together. Like we go on runs together. We're all in the gym when we're sparring. Like you guys are a team. And he knows that. He knows they're a team. But that was the excuse he gave me. Anyway, I had to go focus on the Jonas fight. So I went, did my thing. Didn't get the decision. And that's when it sort of like I faced this issue again because I thought coming back with the belt would be a conflict of interest, seeing as Sandy has the other belt and I'd want to unify. But the fact that I didn't get the belt, it was still a huge conflict of interest because now I should have it. My team should be helping me navigate my way back to that world title, whether it's through a rematch with Jonas, a fight with Sandy, Lauren Price, whoever that is. They should be helping me navigate that, not training my competition. And I didn't like it at all. I didn't make a move right away because Coach Al wanted me to kind of sit it out and see it through and see how it could work because he knows the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And uprooting your situation and finding another trainer at this stage in your career is like nobody ever wants to do that, right? And I wanted to be careful, but when I turned on the TV and I saw Coach K in her corner for the Harper fight, warming her up backstage and in her corner, I knew I had to make a move because now I'm just being lied to, right? There's no transparency. So I had to make that move so that I could I had to get my ducks in a row so that when my next fight came up and my next camp started, that I had a corner that I could trust in, right? So kind of sucks that it's taken so long to get another fight because I fought Jonas in January and we tried to get that rematch. We tried, but Boxer couldn't give us the date. So we had to start looking in other directions. Now in hindsight, it was good. I needed that time because again, I had to get my ducks in a row, figure everything out. And ultimately I feel like I am in an even better position. I've leveled up with my team. I'm really confident in my corner. My new coach, Kopi Jantula. Coach Al obviously is still always here. He's going to be here this week. But it all worked out. When we couldn't get that Jonas fight, I told my team, make Sandy an offer. We're not in the same gym anymore, so there should be no reason. And another reason why I knew like I couldn't stick around is because they were going to try and keep the peace. I heard Coach K told Matchroom, I'll train Sandy as long as she never fights Mikaela. And that's when I knew I had to find another situation because now you're affecting my opportunities. Instead of helping me navigate those fights, you're navigating around me. And that's not cool, right? That's the opposite of what a coach should be doing. So, whatever, it is what it is. I left, I got a better situation, and I said, get that girl a contract. Let's make the fight happen.
Is there because I know you explained the trainer situation, the personal side between you and Sandy. Is it personal with her as well because she essentially came into a trainer and a fighter situation, and then how did that? I guess I'm
Yeah,
saying like,
so
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
yeah, no, Sandy reached out to me after the Jonas fight saying that she thought I won, and oh, she realized she was in my territory. She didn't realize until she got to the fight or got to Vegas and started training. And I'm like, you knew exactly what you were doing, because I've known Sandy for a while. She could hit me up and been like, hey, guess what? I'm coming to Vegas. I'm gonna start training with you. But she didn't, because she knew that it was kind of a snake move. And listen, at the end of the day, Coach K's his own person, Sandy's her own person. They're gonna do what they got to do to make the best decisions for their career. Fine, do that. But so do I. And I wasn't gonna stick around in that situation. And I told her straight up, I was like, this is not cool to me. I don't understand what you thought, like why you thought this was a good idea. But like, I'm in your weight division. Like, we're gonna fight. And she was convinced that we weren't gonna fight. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna fight. Just wait. Like, I'm pursuing you. You know that, right? Like, you're on my hit list. Jonas is on my hit list. Lauren Price, you guys are all on my hit list. Especially since I didn't get that decision against Jonas. Like, now you're even higher up on my hit list. So I don't know. Obviously don't have respect for her in that sense. I'm not gonna be buddy buddy with her. I don't know if Kay thought we were just gonna run the mountain together and chill and watch each other spar and give each other water. Like, what did you think that was gonna do? That's never been me. I'm never gonna be that type of fighter or athlete. Like, that's just not me. Like, I'm going in there to take what's yours. Like, I want to take from you. I want to beat you. I don't want to be buddy buddy with you and training buddies with you. Like, that's just never going to be me. So, yeah, there's bad blood in that sense. Yeah, fuck her. Like, right? I want to whoop her ass and take her belt. So I'm not going to be friends with her.
I appreciate you wanting all the smoke. That's what boxing fans want. And I guess I'm doing like triangle. I guess it's a square theory, but if there's a personal thing with fighter and trainer and fighter, is there anything with trainer and trainer? Because Kofi and Kay, they essentially both train out of the same gym or at a point.
Yeah, they were, and now they're gone. Kay's out of the gym. Kay's gone from DLX. Flake is gone from DLX, which means Sandy is gone from DLX. They're all gone. They're gonna have to go find their own situation now. Um, thanks to True, the owner of DLX, for having my back and saying, no, you cannot bring Sandy Ryan in here. This is Mikaela's gym. What you guys are doing to her is messed up. I'm not gonna do that to her. So they got the boot. But you know why they got the boot?
I mean, you're opening up a can of worms. But I mean, like I said, depending how far you want to go down the well. But you're asking me a question: why did he get the boot? Why did he get the boot?
um, you guys will find out. You guys will find out. I'm gonna save it for fight week, but y'all will find out.
Yeah, I felt like you were selling the fight like too soon, like in this little package, right? They got to tune in fight week press conference, get all
Tune
right.
in fight week. There's a little bit more drama, but at the end of the day, there is no drama for me. I got rid of that drama. That's the reason why I took care of this all before I made this fight. And Sandy turned this fight down first. She turned it down, and I didn't think it was going to happen. She didn't rebuttal. She didn't try and counter. Nothing. Just said no. And it gave me more time to get settled in my new situation, work with Kofi, get back at DLX where I belong, and just get everything in order. So when she got that second offer and she said yes, everything is I'm at peace. I'm surrounded by peaceful people who I trust, and the drama went with them. So they can have that. I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully they have a decent situation and she can train her hardest, because she's gonna have to. Because I feel good. Everything in my corner is a-okay.
We've seen your competitive side with Jonas. We've seen kind of a personal bad blood with Alicia. Um, would you say this is like a combination of like the competitiveness and the bad blood all in one in this particular fight?
Yeah, it's a little different, right? I mean, I always think that I would never fake a rivalry. Like, when you saw me and Jonas go face to face, there wasn't anything there. She's kind of a nice person. I'm not going to sit there and poke someone for no reason. Like, there's a little bit more respect in that fight, um, leading up to it, not in the ring, but leading up to it. And if there isn't, like, I'm just going to call it how it is. I'm to me, I'm not really shit talking. I'm just telling you guys the facts of the situation. This is what's going on. And you know, if Top Rank and ESPN want to use it to build up the fight, all the better. Like, this is entertainment at the end of the day. So if you didn't want people to find out about your dirt, shouldn't have done it.
My final two questions is, I can't help. I'm sure that that night there's going to be a certain person, regardless if they say they're watching you or not, after they're done fighting, they're going to want to find out the result. Or that person, Alicia Baumgartner, ironically fighting the same night in Atlanta. You'd be headlining out in New York. Right after you're done with your fight, you get the strap over your shoulder if all things work out. Are you going to go and look at the result? Or are you just going to go celebrate and just work on this new division and not think about a potential rematch with you and Alicia?
I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day. I'm always thinking about opportunities when it comes to the best moves I can make while I'm still fighting. Obviously, I'd be lying to you if I said, "Oh, I don't care. I'm not thinking about it." No, I think uh, Baumgartner versus Pursoon is going to be a great fight, and I think Pursoon is a gangster, and I think that Baumgartner better be ready. She better have her conditioning up. She better learn how to bang in the pocket and not just run in circles because Pursoon is coming for her. So that's going to be a good fight. It'll be interesting to see how Baumgartner performs off the steroids. If she still has that pop and that grit, I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see down the line. Never say never.
And my final question is just, it seems like most times when people fight against their camp, they feel like, they know a little bit something, right? They trained you, they worked with you for a long time, they know your tendencies, stuff like. Is there anything on fight night where when you step in the ring that they didn't expect or didn't know that you could do, or just something that they just weren't prepared for, which they might be working a game plan around from what they already know about you?
There's a lot they don't know. And I think people think that, like, oh, Kay trained me, so he knows how to give her the game plan. I've grown so much these last couple of months. I wish I would have found Kofi Jantua years ago. He's seriously one of the greatest coaches I've ever worked with. He's leveled me up so much. Everything is coming off so much smoother. I just feel so much more comfortable. My body mechanics, the way I'm turning my body into my punches, just so much more powerful, but with less. I'm using less energy at the same time. I feel like maybe before I was going against the grain a little bit. Uh, so he's really leveled me up so much and I feel so confident. And I just don't think there's anything that Kay can tell her that is going to make a big difference. And at the end of the day, I know Kay too. Listen, I know exactly what every workout she's doing. I know exactly the type, of conditioning and the type of runs and whatever. She can switch it up however she wants. But at the end of the day, I don't even know if Kay has been working with her. She's got Flick running around there holding the pads for her. Flick's not a boxing coach. Now he thinks he can take on a world champion for the biggest fight of her life. We'll see.
Well, hopefully, like on your Twitter, you said that someone's got to start a fight since my opponent has gone silent. Um, hopefully that we get a Sandy interview in response, or just something. But until then,
Hopefully she'll give you one. I don't know what her plan is here, but to me it looks like she's just a little bit nervous. I mean, to me, when you go silent like that, it's just you're dealing with some shit mentally. Like, why wouldn't you want to get on and talk about how great your training is and what you're doing and like sell the fight? Like, this is a big fight. Like, she has to know, like, at this level, you have to take responsibility for selling the fight. You can't just hide. You can't just hide your way till fight night. Like, but she'll learn. She's still new.
well, look, I definitely appreciate the time, and for everyone that's tuning in, it's a great card. We got Xander, we got Shushu, and of course we got the
Mm-hmm.
headline, for another title at Madison Square Garden, September 27th. So for the fans who are just tuning in and they want to figure out, some of that sauce that you said that you weren't going to reveal, but you're going to reveal during fight week and some of the stuff. You got to tune in, right? So, where can they
Yeah.
follow you on social media? And what's the last couple words that you want to tell the fight fans out there?
Wait, sorry, what? Repeat?
I was saying, where can they follow you on social media? And what's
Oh.
your last final words to the fight fans who'll be tuning in?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Mikaela Mayer, Twitter, Mikaela Mayer1. Get your tickets. I have a link to the Ticketmaster in the bio of my Instagram and Twitter. So go get your tickets. It's going to be a great fight. Like you said, the undercard is stacked too. You know, it's rare you get such a great card, undercard and main event. So you're not going to want to miss it. I promise you. Every fight that I have, whether you're rooting for me or not, you know I'm going to put on a show. You know I'm going to let my hands go and I'm going to do my absolute best. So that's all you can ask from a fighter. You know, go in there and give us a show as a fan. That's what you want to see, and that's what I'm going to give you.
All right, appreciate it, champ.